Final round. You win.
Welcome to Button Mash, a show where we mash all your video game content for the week for you to listen to at the press of a single button. My name is Roger, and with me, back from the dead, Chris is back for the first time in
6 years.
weeks. It's been 6 years. It has.
Yeah.
Believe it. You're back. How you feeling? Refreshed?
Yeah, man. Definitely. The heat over in Bali is quite intense.
Scorching.
It's not the best for the old redheads out there
Oh,
and a pale skin person like me. So I did struggle with the humidity, but I'm actually kind of glad to be back in Melbourne. Like, the weather's actually awesome though at the
It's
moment.
been pretty good.
So no, it's good to be back.
It's very rare that we get to say that, but the weather's actually been pretty good.
Yeah. And more importantly, I'm more excited to play some games.
Yeah, boy. So this is our Flavour of the Month episode. So we're doing an Easter special. So we're going to talk about the... it's not really a top 10, to be honest. I just gathered 10 of the most interesting Easter eggs in video games that we're going to talk about. Before we do that, we're going to talk about some news that have happened during the week. We're going to start with the whole Assassin's Creed Ubisoft thing, because they've been making the news quite a bit in the last week. So, as we know, if you don't know, Notre Dame has burned down, well, part of it anyway, has burned down. And because Assassin's Creed Unity has been, well, most of the Assassin's Creed games have been really authentic in terms of the buildings and the architecture in their games. Apparently it's like to scale, like even the paintings on the wall are like accurate compared to the real life cathedral. So they might be able to use the game's model to restore the cathedral, which is, I thought that was cool. I was like, okay, video games can be useful. Hopefully that sort of, people were just like shitting on video games would be like, oh, that's interesting. Oh wait, he's got a fucking blade, kills people. Nah, it's bad for children.
No,
you're going to jail.
They'll be like, I got burnt down because they were playing video games. It's like, wait, what?
Someone played Assassin's Creed and then fucking went to the cathedral and burnt it down.
Burnt it, yeah, because they saw it in the game.
Yeah, so Ubisoft has been really supportive and has actually put the game out for free for a little while on PC. So if you go on Uplay at the moment, you can download Assassin's Creed Unity for free. It's a bit of a piece of shit, but it's... that's probably the one where I was like the most disappointed, because at that point when that was announced, it's the first current gen Assassin's Creed game that came out, and I was like, it's gonna be cool, it's gonna have co-op, you can customize your outfit and all that, and I was like, Chris, we can play together, you can have like these weapons and shit, and you were like, yeah, maybe I'll get it. You never played it, did you?
No, never got it.
And then it turned out like I was hearing more and more about it, and I was like, okay, this doesn't sound very good. I didn't actually pick it up when it came out. I did play it recently, probably in the past 2 years, but that's the one that made Assassin's Creed, it basically kind of ruined Assassin's Creed's reputation. That's when I was like, okay, Assassin's Creed's going downhill, everyone is getting off the train and we're done with it. That's the one where like they had the bugs.
Go take a break.
Yeah, that's it. And then they made Syndicate and then took the break, which was very much needed. But yeah, so that's free at the moment, and also they've pledged 500,000 euros to rebuild Notre Dame. So that's pretty cool.
Yeah, definitely.
But then at the same time, I'm like, they're putting so much money into doing that. I don't understand. Like, why can't you just give money to poor people?
You know what? I did see a lot of people like discussing that. And I know this is not a video game subject really, but I always thought that it's just like, oh, we're poor, we need food, we need rice, we need like, just, $500,000. It's just like, no, he's like $2 billion to rebuild this cathedral. It's like,
Yeah.
man, it's just like, got a point there. Why can we raise all this money?
Yeah.
And it's not fully burnt down as well, so it's not going to cost that much money to, to rebuild. But it's like, give all that spare money to maybe the least fortunate or something.
Yeah, no shit. Yeah, I thought that was interesting too. I was like, oh, okay, well. Well, all right. Well, let's move on to our next topic, which is, I'm pretty sure we talked about this at some point. It would be somewhere in the archives, but
definitely
there were rumors about an Xbox One S that would have no disc, just a hard drive built in, and you just download games on it. It's real. Xbox One S all digital. What do you think of that?
I think it's it gets the brand out there again, and it gets people talking about the Xbox. In America, it's really good. I think people with really good internet.
Even here, it's like it's not that bad, right? Like,
that's true.
And imagine like if you've got this and you've just got Game Pass, like you're set.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, I think it's really good for because PC. If you've got a PC, can you play every Xbox game on your PC?
No.
You can't, yeah. So it'd be kind of good for even the PC gamers to kind of get an Xbox or a console. Do you know what I mean? Because it'll be kind of cheap. But it's not that cheap.
What is it, $250, isn't it?
Yeah, I thought that was kind of expensive, and especially when we're going into new console generation territory. I feel like, man, if they wanted to really like get some consumers, they should just be like, $199 or something at least. I feel like
it's 1 terabyte hard drive though. I think even then, like that's going to come out. That's probably going to drop pretty soon, right? Like if that comes out soon,
it definitely will
around Christmas time. Like
Christmas will be dirt cheap.
I just like what Microsoft is doing at the moment, really.
Yeah.
Like if they come out and announce that the whole xCloud thing, and it's already been announced, but like what it's going to be exactly and stuff, like you probably just need one of them and you're good to go. Like that's your home console, and then when you're on go, you just play on your phone or whatever. Like it's just a good machine for if you're someone who doesn't really keep up with the latest best thing, and you just, especially like I said at the moment, like with Game Pass, man, like you can get Game Pass for what is it, the first month for $1? I think there's another one where it's like a few. Where is it? It's somewhere in the article. It's like the first 2 months or something for $1.
For $1,
yeah, and like that's it. You literally don't need to buy any games. You just play a whole bunch of Xbox games just from Game Pass. Like that's fucking sick.
And especially when it's kind of like how when Apple came out and they said no more headphone jack, and everyone's like losing their shit.
Yeah. Like
me, even with this, it's like no disc drive, and I'm like, no, but I love my physical, copies of the game. And we've talked about this before, but I feel like Xbox are really pushing it. It's just like
100%.
Come on, let's go, let's do it. We're just going digital now. There's a few things I'm worried about with just digital as well, but I think it's going to take still, another generation or two to fully get rid of it completely.
Okay. Well, we know that that's one of the things we're going to talk about soon with the PlayStation 5. But...
And well, the only thing with the digital is you can't buy games. You can only buy games at one place, and that is the Xbox store. Right?
No. So you can go out and I think you can just buy codes, and then you get like.
You get codes. Oh yeah, but I feel like the games are so much more expensive digital.
Yeah.
Like if they just bought out a PlayStation digital, I'd just be like, pfft, every game is like $100.
Yeah, no, 100%. I think it only works with Xbox because they've got Game Pass, right? Like if they didn't, it'll be a different story. But
Different
like,
story, yeah, that's true.
just I don't know, man. Like a 12-year-old kid, like getting their first consoles or whatever for their birthday, $250. You don't have to buy any games for it. You're set.
Yeah.
And you've got access to however many games you've got on Xbox Game Pass, which is really decent library, man. It's got
definitely, yeah.
like games as recent as the latest Tomb Raider. Was it Shadow of the Tomb Raider? Just Cause 4 that came out in December. All the Xbox exclusives, like it's massive, massive.
Yep. It's definitely good. Like, do you know what I mean? Like, it's still awesome that they're bringing out all digital console and stuff, and that's going to suit heaps of different people. Like, you know, even if you're an old Xbox owner, like the original one, the ones that we have, like the VCR, and they just like digital, and they don't really care about the physical. Like, I can see them just selling their Xbox for like $100, $150, and then just you know, spending another $50 just getting the digital one because it's, you know, it's sleek, it's nice, it's, you know, it's Xbox One S.
But then, yeah, like you said, like not all games are on Game Pass. So if you're like,
yeah,
you know, you want to play, I don't know, Division 2 or whatever. It's like, you're forced to buy the digital version, which, like you said, will cost a lot.
And you can get that the hard drive, like external hard drive for the Xbox. Yeah, that's quite handy as well. So you can just have all your games on that as well. So that's pretty good. But yeah, no, that's cool. Obviously, yeah, definitely not for me.
I think it's a good move. Yeah, I think like it's obviously aimed towards the sort of casual gamer who's not really interested in the latest and the best, but still wants to do a bit of gaming, and yeah, so low budget, and you still have access to all these games. Like that's an awesome deal, I think.
Yeah. I think it's I think it might suit some PC players as well. I wouldn't be surprised if a few PC players like pick one up.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But
yes, even like, hey, PlayStation, especially like, you know, with Nintendo Switch, or I could see, you know, someone with a Switch or a PlayStation just picking one up just because it's cheap, and they're like, you know what, I only want to play a few Xbox exclusives, and I don't care if I pay $100 for a game because it's really not my main console, but I really want to play that game, or something like that. So yeah, no, it'll be interesting to see what they kind of like, what the stats are, to see who actually buys it, and and how well.
I don't think it's something they bring out to sort of, you know, try and win the console race or whatever, but I think it's gonna push it because it's just like aiming at a different side of the market. I think just like we said, the people who don't really care about the latest stuff, but it's cool. I'm just liking what Microsoft has been doing. Like they're just trying to change things up, trying to do things a bit different, because obviously some of their decisions haven't been the greatest lately, but
they're working their way up slowly.
Turning around. I like it. Now let's talk about some of the details we got in regards to the PlayStation 5. So we got some, well, it's not officially named a PlayStation 5 yet, but can you imagine it's not called a PlayStation 5? I don't know how I would react.
I wouldn't be happy with it, man.
I would not be happy either.
It's like, don't go Xbox, don't go retarded on this. Just be normal.
That's it. So we'll go through the details that we got then, and we'll talk about it a little bit more in detail. But from what we know so far, so it's not releasing in 2019. They've spent 4 years developing it so far. It is going to be backwards compatible with PS4 games.
Woo! Woo!
Yeah, pretty happy about that.
So
It's
happy.
got an 8-core AMD Zen 2. Some
Woo! It means nothing. I don't know. Gigawatts.
ray tracing support with GPU, extremely fast, high-end solid-state drive storage.
Woo! Ray tracing.
Custom AMD unit for 3D audio, also aided by ray tracing, a big upgrade. Extremely fast and custom solid-state drive storage, faster than any solution currently available on PC. I feel like they're repeating themselves. Technically supports 8K, but Sony demoed Spider-Man load speed improvements, 15 seconds compared to 0.8 seconds on the PlayStation 5 on a 4K
0.8.
screen. Did you watch that comparison?
Yeah, I did actually. Yeah, it's actually
Holy
out of control.
shit.
It's super quick. And then you made up a really good point. And you're like, imagine playing Anthem on this. I was like, whoa, that's a game changer.
Massive. Oh, that's right. Yeah, we did talk about it. Massive. And one that I am really happy about. New virtual reality platform strongly hinted at, but also supports current PSVR.
That's it.
Meaning you get day one VR support on there.
Ooh.
And also, so go on.
Does that make me just want to buy VR even more? I think so.
Yeah, I don't know.
Or do you wait for the new and improved PlayStation 5 version?
That, I guess,
but then
depends.
the price difference would be out of control.
Exactly right.
So I'm thinking, well, you either wait, when the new one comes out, it will be really cheap. But then I'm like, yeah, that's like a year or two away, whatever it is.
Yeah.
Or do I get one it's pretty cheap now? You can get some pretty cool bundles right now. So I'm thinking, well, my birthday is coming up, and Meg did ask me what I want for my birthday. Hint, hint, Meg. Fast forward to just say the can you just link this bit into sick. Thanks, bro. Yeah, Meg VR. Woo.
Yeah. And then lastly, we've got physical media. So they're keeping the disk drive. What are we happy about? What were we not so happy about? I guess it's all good, right? We were talking about. I think we were talking about it on one of the episodes where we were debating whether or not we would be getting it day one. With this, I'm pretty keen on getting a day one because I'm guessing there would be some sort of deal where you trade in your PS4 Pro and you get the PS5 for cheap.
And you wouldn't need your PlayStation
exactly
4 because you know what? We would normally keep our PlayStation 4s because we got such a big catalogue of games in our library. So it's like, no, I'm not going to get rid of it.
What's the point? Yeah.
Just like our PS3s.
Exactly.
But seeing it's backwards compatible, oh man, I think that's the most exciting thing about this for me is the backward, because my backlog is still huge. Yeah. So when the PlayStation 5 comes out, sometimes it goes off to a bit of a slow start. So at least I still have that time to whip them out and play them, and with better load times. Exactly,
especially when it improves the fidelity of the game. So
yeah,
I'm pretty keen. Now we've got a little bit more kind of, it's not really news, it's not confirmed, it's more a bit of a rumor still, but sort of the price point of this thing, which is apparently it's going to be like $100 more than when the PlayStation 4 comes out. So would be looking at, how much was it? It was like $600 in Australia.
Was it $699?
Was it $700? No way.
I
think it was 600.
Okay, you keep the audience entertained.
Yep.
Oh.
Because obviously the PlayStation 3 came out at $1,000, which was an absolute crime against humanity, and I think 700 would still be a bit too close to that 1,000, whereas 600 it's like, oh yeah, okay, $400.
Oh cheaper. Wow, you're actually wrong. It's actually cheaper.
Really? $550?
Yeah, $549.
Fuck.
Holy moly!
So
So
looking at
if it's going to be
650.
$650, man, I'm all for that.
You happy with that price?
Yeah.
Especially
When
your-
I'm like, oh, I think it was like 700 when it came out, so it's going to be like 800. Damn, I just got myself a discount. Mad. Christmas discount's
that's the
sick.
best.
Yeah, that's like a mad little surprise for me.
Especially when you
Imagine-
trade in your PS4 as well, so it'll be even
Ah.
cheaper.
Bruh. Just bought it with my brass.
Yeah. It's
good.
looking good. That sort of like power on a console would be. I'm happy with that. Happy with
The
that.
only thing I'm kind of a bit like, 4K, I mean 8K. Like I know Samsung bought out a TV that's 4K, I mean 8K. Are we ready for 8K gaming? Like, we don't really have 4K. Well, we kind of do, but I feel like we're kind of in there kind of now.
Yeah.
Like, that's a pretty big jump. But, and who has an 8K TV?
Yeah, exactly. I don't think
But I suppose they got to future-proof it, though. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. Yeah,
So,
exactly.
but when I saw 8K, I was like, what? I'm pretty sure,
I
like,
just got a 4K TV, man.
yeah, I'm just like, yeah, that 4K TV, sick. And it's mad. And then they're like, 8K. I'm like, oh, what?
God damn it.
Well. At least it's good to know that we have it. But I need to buy a $12,000 TV to run 8K.
But that's like, I guess, if you're still playing 4K, like, I'd still be pretty happy with it, definitely.
And I feel like that's okay because, you know, in the next 5 or 6 years, and this is probably for you as well, that, you know, the little ones, kids will probably come into the picture.
Mm-hmm.
You know, our games rooms might eventually disappear slowly, and I will be gaming off a monitor, like a gaming monitor. So I'm feeling that like an 8K monitor, like gaming monitor, would be a lot cheaper than a fucking 8K TV. So that could be a positive.
Yeah, that's true.
Do you like how I'm just running with all the positives right now?
And that is true. Yeah.
Just trying to game.
Just trying to
with
ball
8K
my
bros.
Just trying to ball my bros.
Just trying to bow with my breath. Oh man.
All right. Well, it's all pretty exciting. So we're looking at. It's not coming out in 2019, so probably 2020.
I'm even surprised about that. I was shocked.
Really?
I was shook. Well, we haven't heard anything. Like, I feel like they're...
Yeah, but it's usually the case, right? Like the PlayStation 4 was revealed around E3 2013 and came out at the end of the year. That's usually...
yeah, that's true. Yeah, good point. Yep.
It's not very long after it's been revealed. Like, obviously we knew it was coming, we just didn't know anything about it. Now we just, know a bit more, and it's... Even then, like, we don't really know that much. Like, it hasn't been unveiled or anything, so...
Yeah. I'm looking forward to seeing what it looks like.
Yeah, me too.
Hope it just doesn't look like a VCR.
Yeah, do you reckon it'll be big? I hope not.
No, I don't reckon it will. I think if they came in and someone goes, bang, this is your PS5, and it's big, they would all be like, mate, we've been through this route. And so, box, we're not, that's... And I feel like technology's gotten, like, smaller and smarter, like, they've compacting everything small, so I feel like it will be... My prediction will be it'll be smaller than the PlayStation 4 Pro.
Okay.
And lighter.
Okay.
That's
I'm
not
happy with that.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
Not a bold prediction. I think the PlayStation 5 is going to be cool, man. That's my prediction.
I reckon it's going to be able to play games. It's going to be sick.
You're an idiot. Do you live in a fantasy world?
A man can dream, man. A man can dream. Alrighty. That's enough for the news topics for this week, but it is our Flavour of the Month episode. And,
Tell me what's your flavour. Ooh. What's your flavour? Tell me what's your flavour. Ooh.
I'll
You know Craig David? The old
original What do you mean? No, you just made
Is
that
it
up.
correct?
You just no. Call copyright on that.
Copyright.
That's the jingle for our Flavour of the Month episode. No one's heard this song before. You just made it up, and we're
Craig
claiming
David,
it.
I'm coming for your ass.
So, because it is Easter this month, we're going to theme the episode around Easter eggs in video games.
Yeah.
So what we're going to do is we're going to talk about those Easter eggs and have a little chat about them, how interesting they are, and I recommend you have a look if you haven't heard of them, because a lot of them I hadn't heard about, and I think they're really cool.
Not at all.
So let's start with Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, which you said you found by accident.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
That was the game that, I played so much of. So I pretty much explored everything and everywhere part of that map. And I was actually in a helicopter. I still remember it as well. It's really weird. I was flying in a helicopter. I jumped out. And now when I was going down, I saw this it was like this little thing on top of with the mask of the bridge. And I was like, what the hell is that? And then I was like, oh, that must be something cool, because it's hard to get up there. Yeah, and it was just there are no Easter eggs up here. Go away. I'm like, what? And I was just freaking out. And I was with my friend Ricky Warner, and that guy was some old school band. We both looked at each other like, what the hell, man? What did we just... What?
So is it on top of a bridge, or is that a crane?
No, on top of a bridge.
Okay.
Yeah, so it was a bridge across between... I think it's where the desert is. Mm-hmm. Is it the desert? Kind of where the Vegas is. And... I can't remember what the other side is. What's it called? I had to think my towns. That's bad. Anyway, it looks like San Francisco Bridge, but it's on top of it's just this big orangey reddish bridge. It looks like the Golden State Bridge.
Golden Gate Bridge, yeah.
Golden Gate
Bridge. Yeah. So basically, Golden State. Yeah, fuck them. So basically, you go on top of the very top of the bridge, and you see this sign, and you're like, cool, it's an Easter egg. I'm going to go find it. And it literally says, there are no Easter eggs up here. Go away.
Because you could go up there with either the jetpack, the helicopter. There's a few ways to look at it, but I didn't have a jetpack or anything. I was just kind of parachuting around and stuff. And then I was like, what the hell is that? And then I was gobsmacked. I was like, that's mad. Because it was the first Easter egg I have ever found, not knowing it was there or anything about it. So that's why it was really funny.
That's awesome.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Yeah, that's pretty clever. The next one is, I think you knew as well about the special cows level in Diablo, but for me personally, I didn't know where it came from. I was always confused as to why there was a special cow level where you're just killing cows in Diablo.
No, I didn't know.
You've never played any cow levels in any of the Diablos?
No, I did, yeah.
Oh, right.
The Diablo, yeah. But I didn't know
where it came from.
Yeah, nah.
Yeah. I thought that was awesome. So, how it came to be was ages ago. So it was when it was the original Diablo in the mid-90s. Someone made up a rumor saying that there was a hidden cows level in the game, and you have to be do some fucked up shit, and you get into that level, and it's just cows everywhere. But it was a lie. So Blizzard thought, hey, how about we make that a reality? And they actually put a special cows level in Diablo 2.
Man.
And it's just a whole bunch of cows, and you're just fighting cows in this special level. I thought that was really cool. Like back when, Blizzard was one of the most respected studios in the whole world, and they could do no wrong.
Yeah, definitely.
And yeah, they were really sort of connected with the community. And
Where are you going with this, Roger?
I don't know. They've just disappointed me a bit lately. I'm just
Don't be a rat.
But yeah, like I thought that was really cool. I was just like, oh, okay, well, it would be cool if we put that in a game. So how about we put that in the sequel, and it made its way into Diablo 3 as well. I think it was like some sort of timed event. I don't know if it's there permanently.
Yeah,
have you played it?
Yeah, I did. Yeah. I just thought it was them smoking some ice or something. And they put that in the game, and I was like, "What is going on? This is the most weirdest shit I've ever played."
I heard about it. I was like, "Oh yeah, there's a cows level. Yeah. There's a cows level," and I played it. Yeah, it's really cool. Like not knowing the history of it, but now that I know, I think it's awesome.
It is definitely cool.
The next one is also, I think, a pretty cool one. So that was in The Legend of Zelda: A Link to the Past. So that was when Nintendo Power, which was a magazine back in the day, they ran a competition where the winner would have his name in the game. And the winner, whose name was Chris Houlihan, he received his own room in the game, The Legend of Zelda. So what was it called?
It was a gem. Was it something to do with gems? I can't remember.
Rupee Field. Yeah, I forgot.
Yeah, Ruby.
It's like the name's got
Ruby?
his. Yeah, the game's got the room's got his name on it or something. It's like the Houlihan room or something like that. And it's just a room full of rupees.
Yeah, that's it. But how cool is that, man? That's so sick.
It's so awesome. Like I would keep telling that story, like probably to this day. Be like, hey, I'll tell you the story of back in my childhood days when I got my name.
In my old days when we used to blow in the cartridge and hold the power cord in a different angle.
I wonder if they because I think they've remade that one, haven't they? Link to the Past.
I think they did it on the Wii.
On the Wii? I know there's.
Yeah, I think so. Or the Wii U. I feel like it was on the Wii U.
No, I think it's 3DS. I
I
don't know. I'm sure they've remade it. I wonder if it's like made it to the remakes.
Yeah.
The next one is one I also thought was pretty cool. So that's from Star Wars: The Force Unleashed. And if you're a Star Wars fan, you know that the most hated character in Star Wars is Jar Jar Binks. And in The Force Unleashed, so there's a room in the Imperial Kashyyyk level where you go into this room and there's just a whole bunch of creatures, like just kind of like a museum. And if you go to a certain corner, you see Jar Jar Binks just frozen in carbonite, just like Han Solo was. A little bit of a...
That's cool.
Dig at their own franchise there, which I thought was awesome.
Yeah.
Then we had Uncharted 3. Now, I thought that was cool because that was before The Last of Us came out.
Yeah.
So what this is in Uncharted 3, you can find this newspaper. I think it's like in a bar or something.
It's in the very first scene, I think, in Uncharted 3 when you start it and you have a bar fight and then you go over to the bar countertop and there's a newspaper there.
Yeah, and the newspaper talks about, there's an article about some fungus disease that's killing everyone. And it doesn't say anything about The Last of Us, obviously, but it's a hint about what The Last of Us is about. And it was put in there, like I said, before The Last of Us came out. So that would have been interesting, like seeing that and being like, oh, I wonder if it's... I think people back then were speculating that's what it was, and they were right.
It's so crazy because the print of the newspaper is like, it's pretty fuzzy.
Yeah.
Even there's like a little girl on top of it that looks like Ellie,
Mm-hmm.
like a little bit. I don't think that's supposed to be Ellie, but yeah, I pretend to believe it.
She wouldn't have been born. But yeah, I think that was pretty cool. I always like sort of, shared universes and
Yeah. Well, even in Uncharted 4 when you're playing Crash Bandicoot.
Crash Bandicoot. That was so
That's
good.
it.
I
That's
love
so
that
good.
bit.
Yeah,
So
that's
good.
it.
The next one was one that I'm sure you would have lost it at as well, because I lost my shit when I saw this. So that one's in Mirror's Edge. I've played the shit out of that game.
I think you and Ethan were like the two Mirror Edge motherfuckers. Like you guys frothed over Mirror's Edge.
I got to the point where like I've finished it so many times that like I could finish it in one sitting.
That's intense, dude.
Yeah, I love that game so much, and I did
Is it because it's like
about this.
because it's got big rats and you're a rat?
Well, I didn't know there were big rats in there until until a few days ago when I looked this up. So if you haven't heard about this, in Mirror's Edge, there's a mission where I think it's part D of the Kate chapter, where you have to pick up a sniper rifle. I can't remember what you're supposed to. I think you're supposed to like shoot the truck or whatever.
Yeah, there's like a police truck or something.
Yeah,
yeah.
and you're supposed to shoot the truck. But there's, I think they're just like street lights, aren't they? Just traffic lights. And if you shoot the middle light, what happens is a giant rat just comes around a corner and runs down the road and just like drifts around a corner and just runs off.
It's so random. It's so good.
Like, it would be hard to trigger this without knowing, right? But can you imagine you're just playing the game, you miss the truck, you shoot the traffic light, and just a giant rat just run at you? Fuck, that would be the best.
Oh, it's so good though. It's actually so good.
Like, I wish I knew about this. Like, I would have loved to just...
I'd actually play the whole game just for that.
Yeah. Oh, man. Like, I'm probably... Yeah, I haven't done it yet, but I think I'm going to do it. I think I still got it on PC in my Steam library somewhere. Yeah, absolute gold. Absolute gold.
Dude.
The next one is another one of those sort of shared universe things. That one's in LA Noire, where in the silk stocking murder case, there's a trash can that you can sort of investigate, and if you look in it, you'll find a cowboy hat, and it's the hat that John Marston wore in Red Dead Redemption.
So sick. It's so good. Now, when I watched the video of that, I didn't know about this, and I loved LA Noire. Music plays. Now, I don't know if it's just them playing in the thing, or does it actually happen in the game. If anyone out there has actually done the Easter egg, please tell us. I want to know if it actually plays kind of like the music in the background. That'd be sick.
It would be awesome.
Yeah.
If you want to email us, make sure you do that at buttonmashpod@gmail.com. Always happy to get your feedback over here. Yeah, the next one is one where a game is taking a piss out of another game, which was funny. So in The Witcher 2, there's a bit where it's by the Bastille Gate. You can see a figure, just a person like laying on the ground wearing a white cloak and a hood, and it looks like Altair from Assassin's Creed. It's just dead, like near a...
Try to do the drop of...
a hay bale.
Yeah, that's
leap of faith.
Leap of faith.
It's like, yeah, if you did that, you fucking die, and he's dead.
He's dead, yeah.
That's kind of cool.
So good. I like that.
Yeah. And the next one is I just love those things. I think they should do more of that. Maybe they do. I just don't know about them. I feel like I should be looking them up a bit more. I think I will from now on because
Yeah,
the
there'd be
next
heaps
one,
out there.
the next one is a pretty good one too. So it's in Gears of War 2. I think I've heard about this one in the past. I just maybe forgot or never actually did it. But there's a mission where which mission is it? Does it say? In a chapter where you're riding big vehicles. There are 3 cowboy hats hidden in the beginning of the level, and if you manage to shoot all 3 with your pistol as you drive past, you get cowboy hats. So your character gets one, all your companions get one, and he just yells out, "Yeehaw!" You're like, okay, sick, got cowboy hats, but that's not it. That's not it. You get to the end of the level, and there's this giant spider that comes out of the ground. It's called a corpser, if you're familiar with the Gears of War franchise.
No.
Comes out of the ground, is wearing a cowboy hat, and he yells out "Yeehaw" as well. And it's one of the most beautiful things I've ever seen in my life.
That's
I was talking to my niece before, and I was like, because I played the original Gears of War. I played through the whole thing with her back in the day on the 360.
Yep.
And I told her about it. She was like, "What? Are you serious? Like, I didn't know about this." And now we're gonna play through. We're gonna try to anyway. Play through the whole franchise before number 5 comes out.
That's right.
Cool.
Yeah.
That'll be hard. But yeah, that's another cool one. And then I saved the best one for last because this is definitely my favorite, and it just makes me happy. And I'm definitely going to do that in Just Cause 4 because it's on Game Pass, and I can just download it on Xbox.
That's true.
So in Just Cause 4, there is an area. I don't have much information about where it is. If you do want to do it, just look it up, or I'll post a link in the show notes. But there's an area where you can see just stairs going down, but when you look down from the outside, it's like black and white and like sort of looks like a sketch, like just drawn.
Yep.
And you can sort of hear
the music.
You hear the music from Take On Me, and then you walk in, and you actually turn black and white, and the song starts playing like you're in the video clip.
It's so good.
Of Take On Me, and it's beautiful. It's made me happy. I was like, that's the fucking best.
Oh man.
So I'm actually gonna I hope you can go into it like straight away or pretty early in the game, because I'm not really interested in the game, to be honest.
Yeah, that would. Yeah.
But I just want to do that bit.
You just want to go there to that building and
I just want to be in it.
Yeah.
I just want to be in a video clip, man.
Yeah, same.
Fuck.
Who doesn't? Take on me. Take us away.
So good.
So good.
But they're all the Easter eggs that we got for you. Yeah, if you haven't heard of them, definitely look them up. Like I said, I'll leave the links to the YouTube videos in the show notes. They are beautiful.
I came across one wacky one that I just have to tell you.
Yeah,
and I just think, well, it's real, but I need to do it. Okay. So, you know NBA Jam, yeah, the basketball game?
Yeah.
Did you see this one?
I did. I think I know what you're talking about.
So, in NBA Jam Tournament Edition, there's a hidden roster of politicians and celebs and developers in the game. And the pair from one of them is Hillary Clinton and Bill Clinton. He plays them as a team. That's sick. Yeah. So good. But no, there's
like
always
Will
stuff like
Smith
100
as well.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. There's heaps of them. But Yeah, just flicking through some of these is just awesome. And did you see the Black Ops 2 one that I did not know about at all?
Oh, no way. Are you talking about the arcade thing?
Yeah, the Atari games.
You didn't know about it?
I don't think I knew about that.
What the fuck?
Well, I didn't do it because I definitely didn't shoot off all the heads off the mannequins in 90 seconds.
I definitely did that. And then I played the Atari games for like 2 minutes and I was like, okay, this is cool.
Yeah, this is shit. I'm out. Yeah, that's probably why I didn't do it.
Yeah. Like, it was cool. It's like, it was one of those things where you're like, I'm playing a game inside a game.
Yeah.
It's mind blowing. And then you get over it because you're playing fucking Pitfall from whenever the fuck that came out.
Mm.
But
I feel like the king of Easter eggs. People are gonna just kill me right now. I can just feel it right this very second. Is Fortnite with their Easter eggs? They're pretty good with their Easter eggs. Like even with internet culture as well.
yeah.
Like I think like they had a tombstone in haunted. What's it called? Haunted Hills? No, haunted.
I think it was Haunted. Was it
Haunted Hills? Haunted Hills?
So.
Yeah, and it has like PUBG on the gravestone, and then in the internet, that video clip was going around of that guy trying to save like his mate, and then they put a little gravestone like in the actual game at the end of the cliff for him. I was like, man, that's sick. Like they do a fair bit of that kind of stuff, and they hint a lot in the game of what they're going to bring out next, and I think that's pretty cool.
Well, it's like there was the food truck where you know the story of the lady going into the store asking for the game Fork Knife, and they put a food truck with a fork and a knife.
Really,
on the roof.
I didn't know that.
Oh, really?
See? Yeah, see, that's what I'm talking about. Like, I feel like they're just all about those Easter eggs.
They got their fingers on the pulse.
Oh.
Yeah, no, I definitely agree with you. It's
yeah,
cool
good on
stuff.
you.
Anything else you want to add? Because I think
no, man. I think that's about it. I think it's going to be a big week for both of us in the games for sure. And we're going to have a lot to talk about next week as well.
Definitely. If you tune in next week, we're going to be talking about Mortal Kombat 11 that comes out next Tuesday, and then we've got Days Gone as well the same week.
Ooh, baby!
It's gonna be huge. We've got some. If you weren't aware, because I don't think we talk about it much. We've got all our episodes on YouTube as well, and we're going to start doing a bit more video stuff as well as the normal podcasts. And we got some spicy stuff coming up.
Yeah, you'll be able to see our sexy bodies.
I'm very excited. So we'll be working on that, so stay tuned. But yeah, I think that's it for this week, man. So how can the people keep up with what you're up to these days, man?
You can follow me on the grams. That's Christofini.gaming, ChristopHinie, because some people don't know how to spell it. So, how about you?
Fair. I think Hangs with Rog on Instagram is dead. Because I don't know if I told you this, but like I had this issue of every time I go on Instagram, I'm following a whole bunch of people that I never wanted to follow.
Okay.
And since I went to America, I was away for a month and wasn't on Instagram. I didn't get the chance to go on there and like unfollow them. So now I'm following like hundreds of people. So it's like I can't be fucked going through it, and it's still like doing it. So I think we're gonna make an official button mash one, but stay tuned for that. It's not quite set up yet, but we'll keep you up to date with that. But if you do want to get in touch with us, as I mentioned earlier, you can email us at buttonmashpod@gmail.com. You can also find us on Facebook. That's just Button Mash Podcast. And also we've got our website where you can find all our episodes on there, minus a couple that I didn't put up because I was away, which I need to work on. That's www.buttonmashpod.com. And I think that's it for this week.
Yes.
What do you reckon?
Yes.
Yeah. Put a
Button mash and bangers and mash.
bangers and mash. Happy Easter, everyone.
Final round.